We actually have some friends dealing with acne as we speak on steroids. And you have some protocols to fix it. We all know about Accutane being the most harsh but also the most effective way to deal with it. Also, Accutane is becoming harder to get. The websites that I used to get Accutane from no longer have Accutane, so I don't know why they're crunching down on it. We also know that the Accutane is highly toxic and that our recommendation is usually to use a lower dosage over a longer period of time. Always cycling things is generally better, but the benefit of Accutane is the acne reducing effects are not just temporary while you take it. It's lifelong, it's permanent, it dries out the sebaceous gland, which is what is one of the main causes of acne. Another main cause of acne is bacteria. What happens is when you get that inflammation in the skin that may be caused from the steroids might have sparked the acne, but then the bacteria is what continues and perpetuates the acne. And so taking doxycycline, it's an antibiotic that's especially effective in the skin, and that can help reduce acne. Another extreme thing is to get the inflammation down with some sort of cortisol type. Dexamethasone, for example, would be an extreme approach. Just trying to give you all the options. Cleaning the skin and preventing it, because what happens is the steroids are not usually the sole cause of acne. It's oftentimes the steroids making, in synergy with other things, making the acne really bad. So if you keep your skin very clean, you use salicylic acid, any acne wash treatment, these things are very helpful. I noticed Coach Trevor gets a lot less acne when he, not that his is necessarily hormone related, but he gets a lot less acne when he uses spray alcohol on himself after the gym or whenever he's sweating a lot, and then taking more showers and exfoliating the skin, because the skin layers, they trap things underneath, and if you can get rid of the dead skin on the surface, then things are less likely to get trapped in the skin and cause the inflammation and perpetuate the acne. But what about the hormonal balancing, Trevor? Because what happens, I notice that people jump on cycles very quickly. They get acne because they're shocking their body. And people that sort of ramp up in dosages, take lower dosages and ramp up, or take longer esters that take longer to kick in, seem to have less problem with acne. So I want your thoughts on that, and then also your thoughts on estrogen versus androgen ratio, because I also noticed the majority of acne that I've seen come from performance enhancing drugs is actually not on cycle, but it's off cycle. When people come off and their androgens drop low and their estrogen goes very high, then they get acne, and it's similar to pregnant women. Pregnant women can get really severe acne from the hormone changes, and their hormone changes are not testosterone or androgen related. They're dealing with estrogens. And so, as you can see, estrogen can cause acne even worse than androgens can. So how do we balance these hormones from the hormonal side?
Yeah, so it's ratios, and then you have to look into, just like in the medical field, are you trying to treat something, a symptom, or are you trying to prevent or cure the symptom or the cause? So you have different forms. You have the hormonal and you have bacterial. Sometimes you just have genetics with those sebaceous glands. That's why Accutane is so good when people take antibiotics and they don't work. Cystic acne becomes so bad, then dexamethasone is used. So you have to just kind of look at it both ways. If you're trying to treat the symptom, you can take things or prescription or over the counter like dexamethasone, or the Accutane, and you can get rid of them. But if you're going after the underlying cause, well, part of the problem is the underlying cause is the reason. I mean, the whole reason you're taking steroid performance enhancers, and then when you're taking performance enhancers, the hormonal shift is what's causing the problem. So you either have to, taper or pyramid into, or go up a hill kind of. So you would start low or using longer esters and build up into it slower, and then take safety precautions while this is happening, because what happens is you're causing a flux, a hormone flux, and it's like a storm, almost like a cytokine storm. And so you have this hormone storm that happens, and it happens so fast, your body isn't equilibrium or homeostasis is here, and you take it overnight or in 2 days here. So when this shift happens, your body does the exact opposite, trying to match it, and that goes from estrogen, it goes from DHT, and that's the other thing. the 5-alpha reductase enzyme and things that are converting your testosterone into DHT is huge. And this happens with, I mean, this is men, women. The side effect from that, the acne alone from the DHT, is a problem. And same with the estrogen. They're all related, but it typically is the ratio. Because when you come off, just like you said, estrogen's high, but why is it high? It's producing, your testosterone was so high before, it's producing getting so much estrogen conversion, trying to get the testosterone back up, and your testosterone is just freely converting over into estrogen. The enzymes are converting it into DHT, and so it's this hormonal imbalance from the flux is what's causing it. And the best way to treat that is ramping up slowly, starting on an AI, and then, I mean, even having 5-alpha reductase inhibitor substances or products with you just in case. And it sounds funny, but when you get androgen overload and we're doing contests, I have a lot of clients, when you're running a lot of performance enhancers, you hold a lot of water. So using something like spironolactone, which is an androgen blocker, can actually help drop that load from me getting side effects from water retention. But using that same concept and philosophy and applying it to as you're going into a cycle can help out a lot. And it's not running it indefinitely, it's just throwing it in there to control it so you're not getting those fluxes.
Two more things that could help is anti-inflammatories, because part of what acne is an inflammation response. And two is B-complex vitamins, because some of the B vitamins act as enzymes that can help break down fats in the body and other materials, and that's what you have is this oily condition in the skin getting trapped, and the B vitamins could, as an enzyme, help break it down. I've just summarized 3 different components to the hormonal causes of acne from what Trevor said to help you visualize it. One is androgenic PEDs can directly cause acne because they directly stimulate the sebaceous glands in the skin. 2 is the hormonal balance or the ratio of the hormones, and 3 is the rapid hormonal change. And it's important to understand all these 3 different angles that the PEDs can cause, because most people just think about the androgenic PEDs causing the acne. They leave out the fact that the ratio of your hormones can impact it, and also just any PED because they are hormonal. When you take when you transition dosages very quickly, the rapid change in itself. So that concludes our thoughts about acne and PEDs.
For more cutting edge content on the daily, hit the subscribe button and visit enhancedathlete.com.